Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Man Shed. Okay, so this is a mixed video, a tutorial video and a review of a product. So first of all, I'll go into a bit of background. I've wanted to get a proper Snowfoam canon gun, whatever you want to call it, to Snowfoam my car for a while now. I've just bought one, this one, off Amazon. And I will be doing another review after I've uploaded this one on that. Once I've done the review on that, I will put a card up here and you can click on that to see that. But because I've got that, what I've been using that up until now is I've been making do with the little tiny plastic, poor quality ones really, that you get with the pressure washer. Now that's one I got with my previous Karcher pressure washer, but as you can see it doesn't hold much stuff. And this was the one I got with the Lidl's pressure washer. So it just goes in the end of the trigger there, but as you can see it's broken and it doesn't hold much. Now the way this went was, the way this fitted was, you put that in there like that, twist it. And again, with the Karcher one, you can get adapters to go from Karcher to Lidl's Parkside pressure washers. But again, that brings it even further out. And as you can see, when it's in its trigger, especially if you've got adapters on, which I would have to have an adapter for this, it brings this right out. And that holds like a litre. More than this, so it will be quite heavy, and you're sort of like holding it like this, and it's unwieldy and heavy. So I wanted a nice short little gun. Now I saw how to do this, what I'm going to be showing you again on here. Sorry, still dripping water out of it because I've been I'll show you on test very, very soon. Right, I've got all the water out of it now. But I first saw this method on adapting this fitting to fit a Parkside, i.e. Lidl's pressure washer, on a channel called What's Dave Done. So I'll put a link to that. So thanks, Dave, for showing how to do this. But I'm going to be repeating it here, showing myself doing it, because I'll be doing a review of this gun as well. But yeah, I first saw it on that channel, What's Dave Done, so I'll put a link to that below. But basically, to make it fit, and as you can see, that's going to be great. The gun will just go in there like that. It's a quick release thing. Your hose goes on here from your pressure washer, and it's short and compact. You can get it under wheel arches and things like that. Not like that big unwieldy thing. And with this gun, and I'm surprised for what they cost on Amazon or eBay or whatever, that they're really well made. It seems really well made. It's inside here, it's solid brass fitting, just like a pipe and an elbow there. But it feels sort of quality construction, including all this bit here. And you get these bag of different ends for it, which just go in. I'm going to go into great detail and show you these in close-up. And what these do is it acts like your lance, your normal pressure washing lance, whereas you can adjust the fan on that. I'll show you on this gun. As you know, on your normal lance you can have it fine and wide with them two flaps that move in and out. But on these, they are different fan widths that come out, and they just go in the end. They just click in there like that. Click in, and you can move it round. And they're different degrees. Again, I'm going to be showing you very, very close up. Different colours are different fan widths. So you can sort of like be really close up to a wall, or again, like get under the wheel arch of your car or something if you want to do that, and you're not wielding that big long wand around. But the problem is with Parkside pressure washers, they use a different fitting to Karcher and everybody else. There's so many different makes and they all use different fittings. So you've got to adapt this one. You can, like I say, just buy pre-prime with adapters built in, but you've still got it's still unwieldy. The most compact way of doing it is going to be this. So I'll show you on eBay now, the one I got. You can get this gun with various fittings here. Karcher, Lavore, loads and loads, as you'll see shortly. Now, the one you want for the Parkside one is a Nilfisk one. The Nilfisk one, which we still need to adapt, but the Nilfisk one is round here. See that diameter? And the tube from the Parkside will go down there, but it won't go down the little green thing inside. It'll all become clear very, very shortly. But before I go into that, I'll show you this actual one on eBay, the one I got, and the actual one to get if you want to do this conversion to fit your Parkside washer. So let's have a look at that on eBay now. So if you did just want to connect the foam cannon that I'll be reviewing, the one, they're all the same, they all come with the same quick release connection. If you just wanted to connect that to your existing long Parkside trigger, you'd need an adapter like this. Why there should be so many, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it would be that one, the Lavore one. Don't quote me on that, but that's the one you'd get. That end there at the top, I'm pretty sure fits in Parkside pressure washers. And then you'd put your foam cannon in there. But the better way to do it is with this. Now, this is the one that I'll be reviewing. That's the end that we're going to make the Parkside hose fit into this fitting here. Now, this here, you can see, it's actually a picture of one for a Karcher, because them two flat bits are for Karcher. The Nilfisk Bosch one, as you'll see in a minute, is totally round there. But just make sure it's got there at the top, it's for Nilfisk stroke Bosch. Spelt Bosch wrong, should be a C in there as well, but it doesn't matter. So this is the one you want, not the one with the Karcher. The Karcher one, you can drill that out, but it's dearer anyway. So this was $17.99. It had make an offer. My first offer at $15 was rejected, so I made an offer of £16.50, and that was accepted. So I'm sure if you offer $16.50, it will be accepted. And for that, you get this gun. Like I say, it seems very well made. This adapter, which we will make fit the Parkside, and these 5 different end pieces, which throw out various fans. Again, I'll be going into great detail and showing you them in action. Don't know what this yellow reel thing here is. Can't see that anywhere in the pack. But that's the one that's in this review, and that's the one you want. Nilfisk Bosch up there. So that's the one you want on eBay. This bit, as you see, is round, and that from your Parkside washer will go into that, and the inside bit, once we've drilled it out, which I'm going to show you any minute. But this is how it comes. So all you get, it just comes in a plain cardboard box. You get that. You get the bag of various tips, and you get this spanner. Now, as you see, once it's on, this is free to rotate. There is an O-ring in here, inside here. I'm not going to open this up, but basically this, like I say, it's a solid brass bar up to a fitting there, and going up to here, and your trigger. You can pull that down there, so it can't be operated, and then you flip it up. Plastic feels very, very nice. I'll show you the close-up print later. You'll see a bit of a classic spelling mistake on there. But like I say, you get this spanner with it. So that's just to hold that brass nut there. If we had a Nilfisk pressure washer, that would just go in there now, no problem at all. We're going to have to make the inside green bit of this bigger to fit our Parkside washer. So put that spanner on there. You don't need a spanner on this nut here, even though it's hexagonal. You've enough leverage with your hand. I'll just put this down so I can get a bit of leverage on. So, oops, so you can see it. Hold that there and then just undo that. So on that bit of the green inside bit, there is an O-ring, and that makes contact with the 14mm diameter bit in there. There's 14 and 15mm ones of these. Just get the one. It all comes as it is, but that's for different instances. But what we need to do now, the inside diameter of this green bit is too small to fit our Parkside pressure washer into. So we need to pull that out of there. I'll just do that now. So basically, just get a pair of pliers. Obviously being careful not to damage the O-ring. I have hundreds of O-rings here at home if I do, but just be careful not to damage that. So sort of grip it past there. And it just pulls out like that. It just twists in, pulls out. This is the all-important bit we're going to have to adapt. So before I show you me drilling it out and the actual hose fitting in it really well, I filmed this next bit, yesterday, just to show you the dimensions as it comes and to show you how all this fits together in a bit more close-up. Now, I filmed this bit. This is the first video that I've used me Brio as the overhead camera. If you check up here, I did a video recently on using a Logitech Brio as an overhead camera. I was using the Insta360's overhead mode, but it distorts the image. This is the first time I've used the Brio as the overhead camera. So as you'll see, it gives some really good close-up shots. So let's have a look at that now, and then I'll show you me drilling the part out. So you can see the two metal pins there. As you press it down, they move apart, and they're what grips the flange on the hose to your pressure washer. It inserts in there, and the tip of your pressure washer has to obviously go through that hole there in the green plastic bit. So we just need to pull that green plastic bit out of there. Like I said, that's how far it goes in. It's quite a tight push fit, so you've just got to get some pliers down there, making sure not to damage the O-ring, and then just like twist it out so it easily pulls out. And that's the hole that the entire sort of shaft has to go through. If we measure the internal diameter of that, see that is 12mm. And that's the bit we've just removed. So this end here is the bit, once it's back in there, that goes into that bit of your gun. So that's, you could just see the plastic is actually turning the whole brass fit in there. So it's only the O-ring gripping that. And that screws on over there once it's in place. And it's this bit here that we have to get our end piece down from the pressure washer. So that's the hose, and as you can see, it's not quite a fit. because, so we're just measuring across that bit there between the this tapered bit here. So that's the bit we're measuring between where that finishes and that O-ring there. And you can see that is 8.95, so 9 millimeters. So that's the hole we need to have in the middle of this. And at the moment, the hole in the middle of this is, we need it to be 9 millimeters, remember? And it's 8 mil. So we're very nearly there. We only need to increase it by 1 millimeter. We've got enough on the outside here. Measure the outside there. Yeah, 12 mil. So we've plenty of wall thickness to enable us to get our 9 mil drill down there. So let's have a look now at me drilling it out earlier today. As you see, I just held it in my Black & Decker workmate, but you need to grip it firm enough not for it to spin, but not too tight to break the plastic. I found that if it started spinning, put the drill into reverse and then forward, reverse, forward, and keep on doing that. Take it bit by bit. Use quite a high speed and just go bit by bit and take it easy and you'll be fine. I did speed the middle bit of this up because it was going on quite a long time, so let's have a look at that now. So ideally this would be best in like a bench drill to get it absolutely vertical, but I've got it clamped in my workmate. It's just a matter of running a 9 mil drill through here, taking it easy. Bit by bit. Spinning in the vise. I don't want to grip it too tight though and break the plastic. So then just like a final sort of ream on there, done manually. I'll hold it up to the camera inside, but it's pretty clean, isn't it? So as you saw, if you take it reasonably easy, it's just simple as that. Loads of wall thickness to play with, so we're only increasing that internal hole from 8 mil to 9 mil. And once we've done that, now if I get the end of the hose, and when you're inserting these into anything, I always try and put a bit of silicone grease, anything like that, a bit of lithium grease or even WD-40 around here. So just smear a tiny bit of that on. Just wipe my hands. You can probably see in there, it's pretty smooth. And you can see now, if I push that in, it's a tight fit, but that's what we want. And then all the way in. That has gone fully in there now. There's the 2 O-rings on the Parkside stuff. A lot only have 1 O-ring. And that is a nice snug fit. It's turning round easy. And as you'll see soon, it's absolutely watertight. So it's just a matter now of putting that back in there. And yeah, goes in like that. Shoves in as far as you can get it. And then that goes on there. Come on. That's it. Obviously making sure you don't do your don't cross thread it. Hold with the spanner there. I'll do this on the lap. It's hard holding it up to the camera. So that is tight on there now. And we can just shove that in there. Feel it click. Two things. Everything's free to spin around. That there. The hole's there. And it's absolutely solid. And like I say, you'll see in a second a bit I filmed earlier on. There's no water leaks whatsoever here. So you just push it in the direction of the arrow and pull it out. If you find, one tip, and I'll probably tell you again later on, if you find when you're using it, you just cannot move that, pull it out, it's because you've still got a bit of water or pressure in here. So turn the pressure washer off at the mains or on its switch. Squeeze the trigger to remove the residual pressure in it, and then you'll find you'll be able to remove that. It's the same with these tips. You can't twist them once they're in and they're under pressure, but relieve that pressure and you can. So yeah, once again, just goes in easy, clicks in nice and firm, pulls out. That black sleeving was pulling off then. I'm going to have to push that over tighter. But yeah, you can see it's now a perfect fit. So before I show you in action, filmed earlier on to show you how there's no water leaks, and I'll show you what the spray patterns of the nozzles are, I filmed earlier on these nozzles with the Brio overhead, very, very close up. So you can see the numbers printed on them, the degrees. So let's have a look at that now in really close up. There are your 5 nozzles you get with it. 0 degrees, 15 degrees, 25 degrees, 40 degrees, and it's not got anything written on it, that. It's just got a huge hole compared to the others down the middle. So let's have a look at them in close up now. You can see this is the one with 0 on it. Just try and position it so you can see that 0 best. There, 0 degrees. And you can see that is just a hole, straightforward hole. And then this one, the yellow one, like you can see, the yellow one, it's got 15 degrees on it. So that's the white one with 40 degrees on it. And this is the green one. As you can see, 25 degrees. Well, that one, the black one, has got the biggest hole through it. As you can see stuff under there. Could read right through. So, yeah, pretty big hole in that one. That's not got any numbers whatsoever on it. It's just the black one. So yeah, that's all your nozzles and the different degrees of fan that come out of them. Like I say, you'll be seeing what they actually look like in real life very soon. But I'll show you the actual gun itself. So we've got all this end sorted. That's all fitting. The gun itself, and I'll just show you if you need any info off it, you could freeze frame and read that. I must show you this as well. Warning on the other side. There, if you look at that, caution, high pressure, do not point at Q1 body, not human, Q1 body, or serious injury may result. Read instructions. So yeah, so don't forget, and don't point it at a Q1 body. But the way they go in is just the same as the hose goes in here, really, but easy because it's smaller. So you just pull that back. There's then bearings inside. I'll show you them in close up in a second. And you just pull that back, push them in. It goes in and you feel like it's stopped, but it isn't. If you let go of that, it won't come back. You've got to push it in firmly and then it's locked on. And again, you can twist that round to have like a flat fan or a vertical fan. When it's under full pressure and it's going, again, you can hardly turn that. I could hardly, I suppose I could have done it really forced, but it is really stiff to turn. So determine your position first before you turn the gun on that you want the fan in. And the elongated bit here, that would show it as a vertical fan, and that as a horizontal fan. These slots down the middle bear no relationship to what the fan is that comes out. So it's just the degrees that's printed on the plastic. So I'll just show you a close-up now of this mechanism and the little ball bearings that grip these ends. So there you can see a bit clearer there as I pull back. That releases them ball bearings and they fall out the way. Once you've shoved your fitting in, you release that and they grip it. You just pull it back, push them in. You can actually see it push the balls out of the way, and then you release that. Push it right the way in until that collar goes right over. If you don't push it far enough for this smooth bit to engage on the O-ring inside here, if you only push it, say, down to there, when you let go of this collar, it's not gripping it proper. You must push that fully in, like that. You can feel it go past the O-ring, and then it grips it fully there. So yeah, very, very nice quality. This all feels really nicely machined and turned. This brass, you know, looks more like it cost more than the £16.50 it did. So yeah, so like I said, we've sorted that end out, shown you how they go in. Let's have a look at it now just to prove how watertight it is. You'll see me doing it just with the white nozzle to begin with, and I'll show you the other ones later. But like I say, it shows how watertight it is. And again, don't forget, I've edited it out, but I tried to disconnect this with it still under pressure, with the pressure still inside. You've got to turn the machine off, turn the water off at the mains, and as you'll see me doing at the end, relieve any pressure, just let it trickle out. You'll then find you'll be able to take this off. But it is very stiff still. I'll probably free up with a few more uses, but it's still a bit stiff to do because you've got to push it that way and pull the hose out. But once you've relieved that pressure, it will come out, as you'll see here. So let's have a look at this bit first. So you can see we've got the water on now, connected to the pressure washer. Everything's on, plugged in. You can see there's not any drops. We can move this around. There's nothing leaking out of here, and there's nothing leaking out of our joint there. We've got the white end in it. I'll just show you. So absolutely sound, not one drop coming out of it. I'll just turn the power washer off. So before you disconnect it, obviously turn the power washer off and relieve the pressure. Turn the water off. So the water's off at the tap now, the pressure washer's off. Relieve the pressure out of the hose, and then you'll find this should just come off. Bit stiff, but there. It comes out, and again, push it in till it clicks, and that's absolutely sound. Okay, so we'll test the fan patterns now. I've got all the nozzles here. We'll start off with the red one, which has got 0 degrees on it. That's it without the pressure washer turned on, which I forgot to turn on, so I'll go and do that now. Okay, so here's the fan pattern with the red one, the 0 degrees. As you can see, it's just a jet. It's no fan whatsoever, so it's just a very powerful jet. So that's the red one. So next one up is the yellow one, 15 degrees. So just click that in there. And this one, say a bit wider. When you're not pulling the trigger, you can move these nozzles around pretty easy. But when you're pulling it, it's really stiff, you can hardly move them. So you can see how wide the fan is here. So that's your yellow one, 15 degrees. And your green one, this is 25 degrees. It's a lot wider fan on that. Gentler. And this one, the white one, the widest of the fans, 40 degrees. So you can see that's pretty wide. Quite a gentle one, say to do in your car or whatever. And this one, which it says it's for soap, so I probably won't be using this because I'll be using my foam cannon. Once I've done the review on the foam cannon, I'll put a card above, so have a look above here for the full test of the foam cannon. That card will appear once I've done the test. And this one, yeah, it's just, there's no pressure at all behind it because it's just such a big hole. I wouldn't want to put my hands in front of the other ones, but so yeah, I don't know where you would put the soap canister if you were using that, but that's that one. So yeah, as you saw there, just equally the sort of same power as your normal lance on your pressure washer. The good thing about these is they are so compact. Obviously, you've got to change nozzles to get different fan patterns, but if you had the adjustable fan pattern like your normal thing, of course it increases the length, and we're trying to keep things as compact as possible, so you could get into much smaller places with this than you could with your big awkward lance. Obviously, you would still use your full size thing like that for doing the ground. You're not going to want to be crouching down close to the ground to do your patio or whatever, or high up gutters. So that's obviously what these are for. But if you want to get closer to something, that gun's ideal. And like I say, that is what it's like, what I've been using so far, as opposed to what I will be using. That, you can see, much more compact and easy to use. So I will be doing a review on this, showing you its performance and doing a full review of that as a separate video. Check the tiles at the end of this video for when that is uploaded. But that's all you need to know about this, I think. So yeah, it's worth doing. All you need, the only tool you need, is a 9mm drill bit. And make sure you get the Nilfisk one, and then you won't have to drill out that. If you get inadvertently the Karcher one, you'll also have to put a drill through, a 12mm drill or whatever, to get rid of them flats. But yeah, so as you saw, quite an easy job and seems very, very nice. Don't forget, any links below are usually affiliated links. That means that if you click on them, I do get a small commission from whatever you buy. It doesn't cost you a penny extra, but it gives a few more pennies to the channel. I don't get provided with any of this stuff. Nobody's ever donated anything for me to review. I buy everything, so every little helps. So hopefully it has been of some use. If it has, please give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down. Keep your eye out for the review of that Snowfoamer and loads of other stuff coming up. If you haven't already subscribed and you'd like to, please click the little picture here. I always click the wrong way, point the wrong way, of the shed. And once you've done that, click the bell icon below and you'll be informed of any uploads as soon as I do them. So once again, thanks for reaching the end of this. Bye for now.